So what does depression mean to you?
To me, depression is like a heavy weight, like a black cloud. Just everything becomes very hard and difficult to do, and you can still do it, but everything just takes so much more effort and just a lot more struggle. I find it very hard to, if I try and like push it down for too long and just plow on with things, I find by the end of the day I'm like, oh, you know, like I need just to be alone and be able to cry or lie in dark silence, because everything gets really overwhelming because you are struggling so much to just function. So it's really hard, and I also think people have a very like particular view of depression, like, oh, people can't get out of bed, and yeah, sometimes that is true, but not like 9 times out of 10 people can still just carry on, but everything is just that much harder to do. I think to me that generally sums up my depression, the feeling that everything is just so much more effort and a million times harder, and the fact that I have no like motivation or drive, and you feel kind of hopeless. That's, I would say, is how I feel most of the time. Like, what am I doing? Why am I still doing this?
So what would you say are the signs and symptoms of depression in your opinion?
I'd say, I mean, obviously it differs for everyone, but I would say noticing people experiencing low mood or low self-confidence for like prolonged period of time, people losing interest in things that you would really expect them to be interested in, such as like their hobbies and stuff, things that they previously enjoyed, they have gone off, avoiding maybe social situations, like not wanting to come out or see people, generally just losing that kind of like drive for life, just kind of, you can see that maybe the light inside them is kind of gone. And obviously quite a lot of people with depression also self-harm in various ways, so that's always kind of a telltale sign. If it is something you notice, then it's important to pick up on it. I just think generally the main signs and symptoms for depression are just seeing that kind of lively life that someone might have kind of disappearing from them. Alive, but I'm not really living. At the moment, I'm just kind of going through the motions, but just nothing is enjoyable. I think the hardest thing is just having that constant weight, having those constant really, really negative thoughts in your head, and everything being just such an effort. I don't want people really, like people in my everyday life, to think, oh, she's suffering with depression. I want people to see me getting on with things and doing things. But to do that, the amount of effort it takes for me to get up in the morning and be me, the Jess people know, is so hard. And I think that's probably one of the hardest things about depression, like smiling when really you don't want to smile, talking when you don't really want to be talking. I find things that help distract me at the minute. I've been doing like lots of baking. I've been making cakes coming out my ears, and I really enjoy walking the dog, and also doing like painting and things like that. So for me, those 3 things are like a healthy way of keeping myself busy. And in the past, well, it was pretty similar, to be honest. In the past, I also really enjoy writing. Just things that kind of distract me or just stop that like loud buzzing in my head, just even for a bit, just while I'm distracted with something else. I think writing down your feelings or drawing your feelings is a really, really good way of helping with depression, and that's something I would definitely recommend.
Is there anything else that you would want to mention, or you would want people to know about it? Or how should they kind of respond to somebody who has depression?
Don't treat them differently. You know, people don't need this emphasised. I'm still me. I'm not depression, I'm just Jess. And I don't need people like tiptoeing around me in fear of something setting it off. Just because I'm functioning, it doesn't mean it's not there. It's already set off. Like, you can't make things worse by talking to me. So if anyone can talk to me, I don't want to be treated differently. I want people to just think of me as the Jess that they know, and that's kind of, it's that judgment people have, oh, well, she's depressed, so she can't do this, or I can't ask her to do this, or I shouldn't say stuff like that, or any of things like that. Like, as soon as you start treating someone differently, you know, I'm not stupid. I can tell when people are like tiptoeing around me and being kind of cautious with the way they speak and stuff, and that makes you feel worse because it makes you feel like you're being penalised for feeling like this, when actually you're making the effort to come out and do stuff and keep trying. The least you can expect really is to be like treated, oh good, you know, she's here and she's doing this and this is Jess, you know? I just think there's no need to make a big deal of it. It's great, be open to talk about it. If I need to talk about it, I know who I can talk to. So make yourself approachable, but just because you're approachable, it doesn't mean you need to treat people differently. So that's what I would say, just be aware that they have these feelings, but don't make like special allowances unless people actually ask. You can't really say what somebody needs. Only I can say what I need. Other people can't make those allowances for me. So that's what I would say.
Thank you very much. Very well said, as usual.
Thank you.
Oh, you're just so good, aren't you?